Hello everyone, I'm Ali from Gathering Tree, and I'm gonna walk you guys through our Steam Demo Festival build and explain some of the mechanics, systems, and UI, and how to progress your settlement, and hopefully win the build. So this is our lovely main menu. Right now, you can only play one of the campaign maps, and that is Demoria. Demoria is specifically built for the demo build for this festival, and it will no longer be available to play when the festival is over. So you can observe other maps, other campaigns from here, and they have all the short briefings of what's going on in the map. And when you click on Demoria, you can click Begin to play, and it gives you, like I said, a little bit of summary on what's going on, and this will be extended on the loading screen. So I'm gonna press begin. And so basically Demoria is based around a Blight Prince, Yadrim. He's an abyssal evil guy, and he sent his ill-forgotten test subjects he called humans. So apparently humans are a new race that he created, and he has a pocket prison dimension that he created a long time ago. And in this dimension, there are people, faction leaders called Shard Keepers. These Shard Keepers are trying to unleash a dragon called Svetlana. This Svetlana is chained, and in order to break this ritual, we have to kill one of the faction leaders, which we can see here on this section. It gives us brief information about where they are or which faction they belong to. And we have 40 years, which we call suns in the game, to complete this mission. And there we go. Let's go. You're going to press start game. And as soon as we're here, we're going to see our 5 pawns, 5 characters, 5 settlers who belong to our faction, our entity, our settlement. And this settlement is called Yardram's Experiment. And you can... So I can understand that this is a bit much to comprehend at the beginning, but stay with me. I'm gonna talk about everything here to an extent. So here on the upper left side, we have 5 panels and points. And you can actually get some crucial information on the tooltip of these when you hover over. And we have 5 points. First of all, I'm going to open the options menu and close the edge scroll speed so that I can... Alright, I can only scroll through my keyboard keys. Alright, cool. So we have 5 points. One is prosperity, second is industry, influence, unity, and amenity. These represent these colors that you can see, and most of the things in TFM are based around these concepts of colors. And these points also represent, each of them represents an operation panel that you can click and see. And as you can see, prosperity represents our characters and their growth in terms of numbers. And second panel is the possessions panel, the possession operation panel. It shows you what you can build and what is in your inventory as consumables. In here, we will distribute items to our settlers and construct doodads and constructions and all that. And in here is your relation panel. Here we are, Yardram's Experiment. And this section gives you a crucial information about the other factions, other dwellings that you know currently. And as you explore the world, you will get to know new entities, and they will be added here along with their status, relationship status with you, and it shows you the difficulty of their dungeon, their home base per se, and what type of entity they are. This holds a couple of subtypes. dwellings, dungeons, raids. I'm not going to get into those right now. And these are the entities that we already know at the start of the game, because if you, with the middle mouse button, I can also scroll through the map. And if I go a little bit left, you can see that Claw Mother Keisha, one of the faction leaders, is here. And you can click on her and see the traits and all that, which we will be getting into. And there is Sandlord Jamal from Kawazin tribe. And if we come here, we can see Gorthok the Betrayer, which is who is from Grokdoha, another faction. And Frostunner Bella is here. This is the fourth one. So we have to pick one and go for them, go for their faction, go raid their dungeon, and kill the leader in order to win the game. As you can see, my bounds are currently talking about what's going on. Test subject 42 is a little bit confused about how to proceed on doing that, but we'll get to that. So that was the third panel. On the fourth panel, we can see the traditions. This is like a tech tree, and on this side you can see already purchased traditions. And the game currently, this map starts with 4 of these lore, hunting, scavenging, and gathering traditions. And on top of those, you can see the connections on the right side. On top of those, you can buy other traditions along the way. So you need, first of all, for the next tradition, 275 unity points. Unity point is this. You start the game with 150. And these will give you a brief information of what they will provide. And keep in mind that all of these UI panels are not final, as the game is a pre-alpha demo. And the extra information that these panels will need will be provided with interactive tutorials and advanced tooltips and such. So we're going to pick one of these. Not yet. And you can actually see other tiers on the top. Higher tier technologies, and this side is also a bit messed up, but it'll be fixed, don't worry. And you can see from here what you need to get to tailoring, for example. You need these 3, so to get this agriculture you need these 3, and it goes like that. So that's the tradition panel. And the last one is bragging rights. Bragging rights is similar to traditions, but it's obscured by a weight rolling system, which when you get to this threshold of points, you're going to click here. We're going to click here, and we'll be presented with a couple of choices, randomly generated choices based on our settlement, our characters, their traits, and we're going to have to pick one and proceed for the next one. So these are the operations and points. Points are usually pretty self-explanatory. In terms of prosperity, is about growth, and usually about the number of your settlers, which is 5, which we can see on the lower left side on this gathering tree icon. And if we click on this, it will take us to our lovely gathering tree. And this is create new party button. Right now we can click it without needing anything, because it says population needed for next party is 0, but it will require us 20 population for the second party, second draftable party. Right now, there's no one in the party, and we have to add someone if we want to draft it. So in TFM, characters are just minding their own business, getting activities. This activity word is very crucial, and you're going to hear a lot of it. Especially work time activities and downtime activities. Work time activities characters will take in order to accumulate points and gather consumables, which you'll be spending through their path panels, and we'll get to that very shortly. So these characters are right now gathering what are available to them, because we have the basic traditions, and we don't have any constructions, doodads, special items, or passion traits for characters. They're like job traits, occupation traits that help characters focus on individual specific jobs. But For now, the game is actually asking for us to make a decision. This is a very, very crucial decision, and this is the core loop of the game, actually, to progress your settlement. Every character in TFM has something called path points. They accumulate these path points. You can... this is very similar to experience points in RPGs. And when a character's path point exceeds 100, you can actually click on this button and it will give you numerous options as rewards, and you're going to have to pick one of them, and you'll actually spend those 100 points. And as characters do jobs, like do activities, finish activities, and through their certain traits, as here, like for example, this Earthborn trait says that leveling up the body stat will grant 25 path points, which will feed into this bar. And body is here. These are our stats. Main stats, primary stats. And they are body, mind, heart, soul, and self. What you have to keep in mind is that these colors, like amenity and bragging rights, are black, right? And the self stat is also black. So these are connected. Everything related to these in terms of items, combat items, non-combat items, and all that will be about what is black. And these actually represent, in roleplay terms, actually represent ideas. Body is pretty self-explanatory, and mind is also. Heart is sometimes usually hard to get, but this is like being brave and daring to do stuff. And soul is, again, self-explanatory, but these are usually like mysticism and religion, progress, unity, which is actually the related point's name. And self is your inner desires. It's usually associated with fun things, recreational things, and evil things in the future. Not yet. Personality traits related to these will be connected to their ideas. For example, right now every character starts with some personality traits, and if we click on this test subject 18, we can see that she's slothful, which is a black personality trait, and all of the traits, no matter what their categories are, will be laid out on the right side of their stat rows. This is the green row, this is the blue row, this is the red row, and goes on like this. And Earthborn is, as you can see, a green trait, so it is next to body. And Slothful is a black trait and is next to self. And they provide special effects and stat boosts or negative things related to both of those things. These are the stats, like I said. Every stat has a base level, which we can see as 1. And on certain experience thresholds, they level up. Characters increase these with trait effects and by doing jobs, related jobs. So if a character finishes a job, and let's see, in example, test subject 18 is finishing right now a picking plain shroom activity, and when she did, as you can see, this body experience bar grew up, filled up a little bit, and experience point is now 4. So if she does a couple more, she can actually increase her body to 10. And it also feeds from other traits, as you can see, from Human 1, Adult 3, and being Earthborn grants automatically 4 body. And all of these modifiers, stat modifiers, feed into these stats. And each stat has secondary stats next to them. These all have tooltips on them, very short and precise, I would say. So, for example, stride, green stride stat provides and modifies movement speed. All of these can go negative or positive. And so, because she's slothful, she gets -10 to stride, her overall movement speed. And you have resistance, you have wit, You have Perception, Haste, Power, Moira, Insight, Rigor, and Fortitude. You can check all of these by yourself, and I will explain if it's necessary. So we have our names, and I'm gonna name all of my characters and give you guys a little bit of little tips to how to navigate through your characters. So if I click on 3, for example, test subject 3, I can actually change his name. I'm gonna name him Karaja. So if at this position, if I press tab, this is a shortcut, it will take me to the next character in my settlement. So this is 14, and I'm gonna name him Ateş. And I can actually put the Turkish, yes. So Ateş, and she is Su. I'm pressing tab and naming them. This is Yeşim, and this is Işık. So I've named all of my settlers, and from here I can see their ages, and they actually age. They have the adult trait, and adult says that in 3 hours they will become something. They will become elders. So I can see their stats, and this is the crucial part that you'll be looking for mainly. This shows if this character's path point is filled, so that we can get a reward from them. And so let's get back to the character panel. This shows the age of the character. This is the entity that they belong to. We've already seen this. This is their endurance, like health. A portrait, you can double click on the portrait to follow them, and this is the activity that they're doing. Some activities may provide additional information when you hover to see what and learn about what they're doing. And this is their inventory equipment slots. This is the inventory slots. These are the equipment slots that you can bind items to. So I think we've covered everything except energies, which are very, very crucial. These bars represent these stats' energy. So each stat has an energy bar. These are 0 to 100. And each activity, or again, this can be a trait's effect, which will be provided in its description, in its tooltip. And if a stat's energy bar reaches 0, that stat receives a fatal trait associated with that stat's name. So that fatal trait, you can see this little bleeding icon on this heart's energy bar represents that this energy bar depleted one time and then filled up again to be depleted again. So this character received a fatal heart, and if we hover over the heart, we can see that a fatal heart gives -1 to this character's heart. So characters, this in summary, characters do stuff, do activities, and then they lose some of their stats due to these fatal hearts. And then they have to perform downtime activities instead of work time activities to get rid of these, so that they can continue working. And that's the character's ongoing loop in TFM. They do work times, get tired about their stat, depending on what they did, and then do downtimes to get rid of them. And you're going to have to provide them with useful downtime activity possibilities so that they can get rid of them very easily while getting also buffs and stuff. Okay, so now that we covered I think everything, you can speed up the game. You can see the time here, and for the demo you can actually learn about many of the things that I talked about through here, and give us a feedback on this panel. All right, so let's see. Right now I can start to play, and my character started the game with a portal, through a portal. Yardım's Gateway is what it's called. Yardım is the guy that sent us here. And there is a crucial information in map object. These we call map objects, but they differ in terms of functionality. We have doodads and constructions in the game. This is a doodad, as you can see. And this 52 through 100 represents the progress of this map object. And progress is a very wide term. It can mean many things based on what the map object is. So in this case, Yardım's Gateway will provide us with another settler when this reaches 100. Some map objects increase their progress through time and automatically. Some of them, characters will have to do something to increase them, and we'll also see those in the future. So Gathering Tree also has a progress, as you can see. These little things you will see growing in the future. Okay, let's go. Right now I'm going to start giving orders to my characters based on their capabilities and explain them why I did those to you. If I click on Ateş, for example, I have two options. If I press F, this will open this path panel automatically as a shortcut. And I can also click on this path panel to open it. As you can see, it spent 100 path points and showed me this new panel, which is called the Paths panel. And I have 6 tabs here. The first is Wild Path. Wild Paths are random rewards. They can be traits, doodads, constructions, anything really. And they come from a pool of rewards. And that pool is filled with my assets in the settlement. And their requirements you can see beneath them. So if I come to this, it says to me that this is the Caretaker personality trait. It grants a random starting personnel to every newborn in the settlement. This is quite handy. So when a female gets pregnant and a newborn is added to the settlement, this character, if I take the Caretaker, will give that newborn a new personality trait. So that newborn will have a head start. And this wild trait will change every time I spend and open this. I spend path points and open this panel. And beneath you can see costs, which only 2 of these have. 15 amenity for these 2. Right now I have 4 personality options. And other tabs are related to their colors. Remember the color connections through stats and points and operations. It's the same idea again. The black tab offers black-related constructions, doodads, and craftables, like it says in the tooltip. So we have a bonfire here, and it also says what bonfire does when we build it. So because this guy is fireborn and he's high on heart, like one thing I didn't explain, I think, is very, very crucial, is that every character in your settlement, every human sentient character in your settlement is born with an element trait, genetics element trait. There are 5 representing all 5 colors: earthborn, waterborn, earthborn, lightborn, shadowborn, and fireborn. In Demoria, you start with all of them in the beginning, and this may vary based on the map. And because this guy is fireborn and is fueled by fire, literally, I'm going to focus on making him something adventurous. And I have many options here. I have combat weapons, a passion trait, which is, like I said, like a job trait that will make the character focus on a particular thing in your settlement. And with it will come other options as well, if he takes this. I can make armor, Survivor's Rack, which will provide this character with resistance and endurance if I equip it. I can craft a trap table, which then will let me build traps. And I can make targeting rocks and training dummies to train my adventurers. So for this guy, I'm going to pick Aspiring Adventurer. This is the first step towards a dangerous but bountiful career in order to obtain combat classes like in RPGs. Characters can become Aspiring Adventurers, and then they will have to level this trait to 10 stacks through combat or training. Through these, they will be able to choose a combat class. So I will pick Aspiring Adventurer for Atesh. And as you can see, I spent 50 influence to do this because it's a red-related path. It's a red-related activity. And yeah, so right now he's doing Scouting the Lands activity, which is a red starting activity that anyone can do. But red characters are more inclined to do red activities. So as soon as he finishes his normal activity, he's going to train to become an Aspiring Adventurer. And I'm going to press tab, or I can click through this panel. And with Sue, again, I'm going to open this panel. These are some good options that I can take, but I'm not going to take them right now. Wild pets are usually like, they are aimed to provide you with surprises. Actually, what they aim to do is, if you have a plan, if you have a strategy in mind about your color paths, which what we call these are color paths. If you can introduced to a good wild path reward here, then that can mess up with your strategy. And that is what we aim to do. So this woman, Sue, is blue. So I'm going to focus on doing blue things with her. And I'm going to make a scavenging mount, which will let us scavenge wood, actually trees and stones. So let's give her the order. And then as you can see, she can already take another one because she has been doing work and gained path points to being human, actually. In the first sentence of human, it says finishing work time activities will reward 7 path points and 1 unity to this character. So by default, all humans gain 7 path points after every work time activity, like picking mushrooms or scouting the lands or anything like that. So in Sue, I'm going to click again while she's doing what she's doing, which is crafting a scavenging mount. I'm going to make a makeshift shelter, which will let characters sleep. So sleeping is a downtime activity. Like I said before, downtime activities are aimed to get rid of fatal traits. So, for example, to get rid of a fatal mind, which this character right now has one, character will have to do a blue work time activity, and sleeping is a blue work time activity. And if we don't make a shelter or a hut in the future, they will have to sleep on the floor and gain a negative condition, and it will hurt their back, probably. So a shelter would be useful. I'm going to press tab again to get to Yeshim. Yeshim is green, as you can see, and I'm going to pick seed rack with Yeshim to collect seeds so we can grow crops. So I'm going to press F with Yeshim again, and let's see our options again with Yeshim. And I'm going to actually take the risky pregnancy, which will consume 100 prosperity, but it will provide me with a hopefully healthy boy or a girl in 540 seconds. And if I pick this in time, Yeshim will become pregnant. So we're done with Yeshim, and I'm going to... As you can see, Atesh also filled up again his path points after gaining the Aspiring Adventurer. I'm going to click on his path points again, and I'm going to choose a melee training dummy so that he can train his Aspiring Adventurer trait. I'm going to get to Karaja. Because he's black, I'm going to pick Bonfire. Through Bonfire, he will accumulate amenities and gain amenity-related passion traits and all that. So I'm gonna... This is an example that I should wait for what he's doing, maybe. And that's because if I click on this, this will spend the point and present me with things that already about my assets. So if I wait to make my bonfire and then click on this, Bonfire will present me with other new choices. So I'm going to have to wait for it. I can click and pick something different, but I have a plan. So I choose to wait. I click on Ashik, and because he's a white guy, I'm gonna create a shrine. Shrines, contrary to Bonfire, Shrine will provide us with Unity income, and through it, a passion trait called Purifier also is unlocked. So these passion traits that I've been talking about, in order to obtain them, characters have to get to certain thresholds of stats. So, for example, if I click here and look at the guard, it says that on requirements, requires Ushik's heart stat value to be equal or above 5. So if his heart would be lower than 5, he couldn't be a guard. So all occupations and passions work that way. So I gave him a shrine order, and then I'm going to give him a lore keeping rock, which will enable us to craft quest stones, and then through those quest stones we'll be able to obtain quests. So if you can see, I have a lot of things that my characters crafted. So I'm going to make the scavenging mount here, because it will provide me with wood and stone. I'm going to craft it closer to those. I'm going to make a shelter right here on top of the gathering tree, or I can make it also here. I'm going to choose the lower side. I'm going to make a seed rack over here so that my characters can gather seed around it. So I'm going to make a melee dummy training dummy over here, and I'm going to make a bonfire order over here. So I piled up a lot of construction orders, and one thing to keep in mind that you start the game with a laborer and a healer already. Characters with laborer passions are responsible for construction sites, and healers are responsible for whoever's unconscious. They should go and tend them to get rid of their unconscious trait. So Ushik's healer passion is not useful to us right now, but it will be if we get to a dire situation. But Sue's laborer trait is very, very crucial, and we can make anyone laborer anytime through blue paths. So I'm gonna also give a shrine build order here. I can speed up the game with Q and E, as you can see. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit and check my characters. Yashim is already pregnant, as you can see, and her garments are changed to represent her pregnancy. And then I'm gonna click again, and what I can do is I want to boost the shelter production shelter count of my settlement, so that if someone is sleeping, others can sleep too. Obviously 2 might not be enough, but it will help me. And with Atesh, I'm gonna pick a scrap slingshot so that he can have a useful weapon, and I'm gonna show you how to bind a combat weapon and use it. And maybe we can draft him to go around killing people, or maybe not people, but critters or evil monsters or alike. So with Sue, I'm pressing F again because I saw that her path points is 100. So because we have a scavenging mount, she can now become a tinker. This is a new passion trait that came with this construction, and I'm checking the tabs to see if there's something that attracts me more, but I don't think so. So I'm gonna pick Tinker, and then next time I open this path, I'm gonna see new choices specifically tailored for Tinker, just in Sue's path panels. I'm gonna choose Karaja. I still didn't build the bonfire, but I didn't want to wait any longer, and I'm gonna pick self-critical for him. This is a personal trait that grants 1 amenity, but applies a fatal self with 10% chance on every work time activity. So that means this bragging right will be easier to fill up with this guy, but he will have a hard time replenishing and getting rid of his fatal selves. by doing downtime activities. So I'm gonna pick this, and he actually is gonna get another one in a very short time. I'm gonna build the other shelter here. I'll build the lore keeping rock here. And okay, so these were constructions that I built. So this is an item. This is something different. If I click on an item, I will be seeing all of my characters, and I'm gonna pick Atesh. As soon as I click this item will be sent to Atesh. And if I click on Atesh now, I can see that in his inventory there is a scrap slingshot, which has a slingshot skill, and it increases my endurance by 1. How generous. But it's actually not doing it, so we're gonna have to check that. So, oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's not doing that because I didn't bind it. Nice catch. And I'm gonna show you how to bind an item to a character. So if I right click on something that is in my inventory, I will get 3 options. One is send. If I click on this, it will give me options to where to send this item. I can drop it on the ground and take it later if I want. And bind it. So binding it with my weapon slot. This is the weapon slot, which right now derives from my race trait. Race trait has a skill called punch, and all humans, if they don't have anything attached, any item attached to their weapon slot, will get punch, which they can use. Deals 1 damage, spends 4 body energy, and you can see all of that information here. And other slots are head, chest, jewelry, and trinket. So if I bind this, you're gonna see that it replaced the human trait's punch. And right now I can deal 3 damage with this character, but casting that skill will cost me 5 body energy, cost Atesh 5 body energy, and cost my settlement 1 industry entity point for each rock thrown. And we can also see the slingshot in his hand. Alright, so now that we obtained the slingshot, I can show you guys how to form up a party and draft it to go adventure, go explore. This is gonna be a very brief and hard one because adventuring and exploring with only 1 party member is quite hard, especially if they are this underdeveloped. They don't even have a class. And right now I also observed that Atesh became a Hylomania. This is a quirk. Quirks are they are usually negative things. They can rarely become beneficial stuff. But Hylomania says that starting non-blue work time activities and leveling up stats other than mine has a chance to depress this character. So this is quite depressing for me also. And there is a way to get rid of this, but it's gonna be hard. Actually, purifiers and condemners can become one through bonfire, and purifiers can become one through shrine. They can produce a consumable, and represent that consumable can be used by characters with quirks to get rid of them. So by clicking Atesh and then coming here and clicking on this button, I can add him to my first party. Right now it has no one, but if I do this, my first party is Atesh only. And if I click on this draft button, like until right now, we didn't control any of our characters directly, right? But if I click on this, Atesh says, okay, I'm yours to command, and you can do whatever you want with me. Hopefully something that won't let me die. Oh, and we have witnessed a birth right now. Yeshem gave birth to Kairan, and Kairan is, oh, this is bad. Remember when I clicked on a risky pregnancy? Kairan is a innately weak character because of that. It could be a clean birth, but it could be worse, actually. He could have multiple negative genetics, or she could even be born still like a stillborn child. which would give a lot of work for Ishik because he is our healer, and he would have to tend that stillborn child to get him or her back to life. So anyways, Atesh is drafted, and like a normal strategy or CRPG game, I can actually control my character and do whatever I want, send him to wherever I want. So this is my homeland, home region, this grassland. TFM campaigns are always, they always start in a grassland region, and outer regions are forests, deserts, mountains, arctics, and blights. For now, we're gonna have to expand on those in the future. And like, if I come here and click on this sign, it says to Driftveil Forest, actually, which was one of the places, regions that holds Cloud Mother Keisha, one of the bosses of this map. So if I come out, I'm gonna see a guy called Carnip. He's actually sleeping here. This is his little camp. In the camp, I can see 2 quest boards. These quest boards will give me some idea of what this guy wants in order for these to be completed. And for example, this is Poached Spider Egg quest, and it says that if I bring a spider egg to this quest board and right click on it with a spider egg in my inventory, it will give me, let's see, I will be those who bring a spider egg to this board will receive the recipe on how to cook them along with the necessary supplies. So I'm gonna receive the recipe of how to cook a spider egg if I bring a spider egg. So okay, I just engaged an enemy, and that was a surprise out of I didn't cautiously walk. And I'm gonna explain a little bit more on secondary stats. Like, this is perception, okay? And this guy's perception is quite a lot because he has Farsight. Farsight increases a character's perception by 1 with every work time activity, and he gained 24. This actually gives us an idea about how many activities he did until this time. And perception also determines a character's Fog of War reveal radius, like it says here, and it actually increases the engagement radius also. All characters have an engagement radius around them, like 40% of their Fog of War radius. And if someone hostile, like this guy over here, enters that engagement radius, a combat will begin, like it did right now. And when it does, this character is considered in combat, and this is a different state. And we can actually see that this party is in combat. If he had comrades, they would enter too. And he right now is casting the slingshot skill. This is the cast bar. This is the endurance bar. Like here, he has 43. And the fox is also casting something. And we can see what he's casting. It's a bite skill. It comes from, again, the race trait of fox here. And this also gives us information about how foxes operate in combat, because fox have 30 rigor, and rigor determines the chance of interruption on your attacks. So he has 30% chance of interrupting my whole thing, which he didn't on this attack. Got hit by 3 damage, and I hit back with a 3. So this might be quite annoying. Foxes are really annoying. And like I said, with one person, it's usually quite hard. And ooh, he's really lucky. And as you can see, my aspiring adventure is leveling up because I'm getting attacked, or I am attacking someone, hopefully. And I'm going to show you guys how to retreat also. This is a great example for that. So if I run away at a certain point, he will decide not to follow me and go back. So I've decided that I'm still quite not ready, especially to venture towards this forest encampments and regions. So I can start with a small critter, maybe, like this rabbit. And I'm going to show you how to force engage to a neutral character. So this guy belongs to the entity called Vista Critters. Vista Critters are neutral towards me because he's yellow. And Carnip is friendly. I cannot attack to Carnip even with Force Engage. That's out of options. And this will be bound to our relation system in the future, which is not fully functional right now. You will be represented with options that can allow you to reduce this guy's relation towards you, or vice versa, and then you'll be able to attack, but not right now. And if the Force Engage is only doable by clicking Control, and while holding Control, which I'm doing right now, if I right-click on this rabbit, it will make my character go towards that rabbit and start a combat. So this will be easy, for obvious reasons. And if I get him unconscious, like I did, the combat will end because there's only one character in his party. If there would be multiple characters, which I'm going to show you in a bit, this rabbit would go unconscious and wait to die. And like, let's skip on that, and I'm going to show you in action, actually. So he dropped an exclusive raw rodent. This is rare, actually, and it dropped remains. So another thing, laborers also gather remains and stools. If someone did the nasty, stinky stool anywhere, if I don't have a private, they will do all around. And laborers also collect those. Like, we can see that Sue already has the remains. And as soon as she comes here, she brought the remains to my entity inventory. So I can pick up this exquisite raw rodent. And right now I want to, like most items will operate and will be consumed to craft something through my entity inventory consumables. So if I hold this on Attach's inventory, no one will be able to cook this or do anything with it. So in order to send this to my entity inventory, I'm going to have to disband this party. And while I disband, I can click pause, space. And if I right click on this, I can choose entity inventory and send this to my entity inventory so that anyone can access through path choices. And if I click R again, R operates this button, disband, and draft. R. And I can move on with him again. So I'm going to show you a two opponent combat. Like, these guys are nasty critters, not like rabbits or roosters and chicks. And adders, raccoons, certain critters will raid your crops in the future, for example, and are a bit more vicious than others. And these two raccoons might even be quite a threat for Atesh, but we'll see. We can get help. I'm gonna control click on this raccoon, and as soon as I do that, the other raccoon will also attack me. So I'm gonna focus on this one, this guy. I can actually hit and kite, and you can see the lines that who's attacking who. So if I attack one more time, as you can see, he's right now unconscious. And unconscious characters... okay, so if this guy successfully ends this combat by not dying, not getting unconscious, this guy will also raise and come up to life and lose the unconscious trait, and they will continue their lives with one entrance. But if I kill this raccoon, he will also die, which I probably will not be able to. I might be. Let's see. Oh, one more. This will be hard. So this is another example, good example that I can show you guys, that I can get help from my settlers. Even though I cannot specifically click on them and give orders to help, because they are not... I don't have any additional party slots, and my only party is drafted to fight this raccoon already. If I go here they will help me as soon as they engage. And that adder also got attracted by this raccoon, and we are in a little bit of situation. And I'm gonna get more help. And if I get this guy towards the infants, they will also be in trouble. So I'm gonna stay out of that. And yes, he stopped chasing me, and I'm free. So that is how combat works. So it's incredibly important to watch out for unconscious characters. So that means, in terms of you, if one of your characters go unconscious in combat, retreating or losing the combat will lose that character completely, and he will die with everything he holds, or she. Okay, so after all those, I'm gonna return to my settlement, and these call to actions are telling me something, that I can choose a reward. These are opened with F1, F2, F3, F4, and F5. I'm gonna press F1 and see that 3 of my characters have path points that can be spendable. And Karaja's options, wild options, are these. And because I have a seed rack, I'm now presented with a couple of crops to begin with, and other options. This condemner comes with bonfire. Like I said, condemners can craft something called condemning stick, which characters will use to flock themselves. Excuse me. And high self-statted characters can use these condemning stick. Low self-stat characters cannot. And they can get rid of their quirks, they can increase their self with it, and the neat part is that if I choose Condemner for Karaja, he will also focus on doing bonfire or black related activities. So worrying for the future is an activity that comes with bonfire, which characters will walk around the bonfire and worry for the future with a very pessimistic way and grant amenity to the settlement. And this makes me, this ensures me that Karaja will constantly provide amenity to the settlement without going all over the place and picking random activities. So I'm actually putting them in a certain activity path that I'm comfortable with. So I'm gonna pick. Actually, before doing this, I'm gonna pick my other tradition and bragging right rewards, so that maybe I can unlock something new. And when I open these guys' path points, I can be presented with new choices. So with bragging rights, like I said, if I click on this, I can see that 4 options are laid out before me, and these 4 options are Dangerous Curiosities. All waterborne characters gain a permanent +1 self. These are settlement-wide boosters, bragging rights are. And Mastery, for example, lets every human settler in my settlement gain 1 path point after work time activities. Watchful Eyes grants 1 permanent mind to Lightborn characters, and Shadowborns gain 1 body with unholy powers. So I'm gonna pick Mastery because right now I don't have immediate need to increase or look out for certain thresholds of stats, and I'm gonna put a choice on Mastery so that all of my human characters can generate path points faster, so I can pick more rewards. So after that, I'm gonna get to Traditions. These are my current options that I can spend 275 unity and get. I got Cooking, Domestication, Cultivation, Crafting, Mining, Fishing, and Astrology. Their borders also represent these colors, and you can actually get an idea of what point they will bring along through their new constructions, doodads, and activities. And they also give a little bit more info. So this will help me, fishing will help me generate some influence through fishing, along with some prosperity. Mining will bring me industry, and crafting will let me craft new things. Cultivation will help me cultivate and harvest flowers and weed. Right now, since I should have grown a little bit more crops, we don't even have any crops right now. I'm not gonna pick Cooking, because it's a little bit late for that. Cooking usually utilizes crop yields like apples and all that. And I'm gonna pick domestication, or this is quite... I'm gonna pick mining actually, and produce more industry. So we're gonna have to build a copper lodge and exploit these copper veins and decrease their progression. And if they reach 0, they will just go away. And so, okay, so let's go with Ashik. I pressed F again, and I got presented with more new choices, random choices. You can see exquisite cooked rodent is a choice here because I have exquisite raw rodent in my entity inventory. This guy can cook this meat and turn it into 5 cooked rodents. So characters with fatal bodies will eat these rodents when they get their fatal bodies, and then they will get rid of those along with other buffs, which is not explained here. So I can do that, or I can give this guy Purifier or Lore Keeper too. As you can see, I got new things, and I'm gonna pick Purifier so that he can focus on Shrine. So with Yashim, let's go with her. We can take Seed Collector so that we don't have to wait for... If I take this, I'm gonna my green Yashim's green path will be filled with crops that I can choose every time instead of waiting for them to appear in wild. So that's quite useful, and I'm gonna do that because she's green. And Karaja is a condemner of mine, the black guy, as you can remember, and I'm gonna make him craft a condemning stick with a Ashik. Oh, this is quite good. This is a packaged, like, if you can see this +1 or +2 things information, this means that this is a package that comes along with other stuff. We will have new UI elements for these to show you that what are those package contents are. And I clicked on a empty space, and I'm gonna have to open Ashik's page again. So with Ashik, he's already occupied with contemplating around the shrine, and shrine fills up, its progress fills up every time he does the contemplating. And if it reaches 100, he will turn it into a purifying essence, which is the white version of condemning stick, like Karaja is doing right now. So I want to help Atesh to gain some defense, and I will use Ushik's Survivor Rex crafting to get him to equip that. And I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Karaja finished the condemning stick, which I can see here. That's good. So this also says that if a character a newborn is stillborn, condemning stick can be used by condemners to get them up. So Atesh is level 6 on Aspiring Adventurer. He's getting there. He has to be 10. And I'm gonna have to pick something new. And I'm gonna pick the Guard Passion with him so that he can patrol the borders of my home region and see if someone's coming. Or I can pick Trap Table. That's also a good option, which I will do. We need a Trap Table because we aim to craft and grow some crops. If we do, these adders and raccoons and all those bugs and crows will come and raid those, and traps will attract them. And Survivor's Wreck will give to Atesh and equip Bind again. Where is he? If I right click on this, I'm gonna... Okay, he's sleeping. Good. He's sleeping because he has a fatal mind. He also has a fatal body, which will have to be get rid of after this crafting attempt. So, right now, again, Karaja and Sue filled their path points. Oh, Sue got clumsy. Has a chance to apply random fatal trait after finishing work time and path activities. This is nasty. nasty stuff. This will distract her to do downtime activities even more. So if I click, oh, this is a good one, Haggler. Okay, so she got this because this is an important detail. She got this because she has the accommodating personality trait, which she started the game with. She's pretty kind. And she has at least 12 mind. And she doesn't have the Haggler trait, so she can have this. I had many other things in mind, which this is... Okay, so we got her the Tinker, and Tinker comes with some new stuff that she can craft. She can craft a modlarking tool next to rivers. And she can craft some equipments for other characters with passion traits. For example, she can craft seed strainer for seed collectors. So seed collectors can equip this trinket. And it says that collecting seeds sometimes yields random seeds. She can create something for the purifier, for the condemner, healer, and the laborer, which he already is. So this says slows down bladder and bowel progress significantly. Characters gain bowel and bladder progresses when they drink or eat, and eventually they'll have to pinch the loaf or squeeze the snake to empty those, and this will help laborers to slow that process, obviously. So we have quite a lot of options with Sue, and it's hard. It's hard. All right, so we're gonna have to... we'll go basic and build a firewood. 2 firewoods, actually, because bonfire is out of fire, literally, and it has to be replenished with a firewood so that Caretaker can continue the thing. And with Caretaker, we can actually... What this does is, this is not creating a new condemning stick, but this is using the... consuming the current condemning stick that we created and increasing the self-stat by 1 permanently. This is what it does. This is a condition trait, as we can see, not an item. So I'm gonna actually pick banana tree, because I want to have some crop progression going, and I will build this trap table over here. Yeah, let's get Sue to build that because she's our only laborer right now. Ushik's path point also filled up, and we're gonna pick also Lore Keeper, which is Lore Keeper's aim on filling lore keeping rocks so that this can be turned into a quest stone. So Ushik will go around these two because he's a purifier and also a lore keeper. Excuse me. So we have the banana trees, and I'm gonna look how I could place that. Okay, so I will use... So I'm planning... I will build roads later on, and I'm planning around those, so I will build a road like this, and then maybe I can do this, this, and this. Alright, so we have another bragging right, thanks to Caretaker. He's increasing it quite fast. So we all have stat boosts. Excuse me. And oh, this is a good one, Fireborns with even more heart. So combat weapons will require stats, and as soon as Atesh becomes a full adventurer, when he hits 10 stacks on this, we will pick a class for him. Oh, we have someone here, Kelek the Courier. Interesting. So this guy belongs to the Korgatai faction, and he's doing something, demanding tribute from humans, which is nasty. He says, new blood, Oric wants goods. He wants it now, do not pay, suffer wrath. Pay, welcome to Demoria. I recommend paying or else he feasts. I will stand and wait. These guys are quite nasty, and I recommend paying the tribute. He's actually gonna hold here and wait for us to pay and fill this chest with industry. 250 industry to be precise, and this can be paid through any character's blue path choices. So as soon as a character fills up the path choice, path point, I'm gonna show you how to pay this. Hi, Kelek, welcome. We can also read it from here, and it also shows us that we have 24 minutes on normal speed to pay the tribute, or else there will be problems. So, okay, this is our first crops. These are our first crops, banana trees. So as you can see, they have progression already growing for, and this is 1 to 2, this became 5. They are growing, and you'll see visual changes along the way. Right now, Sue is crafting the third one. Alright, so Karaja filled the path points, and if we come to the blue color path, we can see that paying Korgatai's tribute is an option. This will make us pay 250 tribute. Sorry. So I'm gonna do that because I don't want to risk anything. I fear the Korgatai. They seem quite fierce. So you will see that as soon as Karaja finishes Whirring for the Future. So nothing is for sure. Even if I pay this, and anything can happen. But I am fearful of anything related to Korgatai, so I'm gonna pay it anyway because I'm too weak. I cannot retaliate. Look at this guy. He has 114 endurance and some nice gear. So he's collecting the staff. He said, "Oruk, be pleased. Your tribe is wise. No harm to you from the Korgatai." Hopefully, we'll see. And then he'll head back home. Thanks, Kelek. So, with Yashim, we will actually craft a bone club. And you can see that here we will consume 3 remains to craft this and spend some time. This is not an instant reward, and we'll spend also 12 industry. So that will actually equip our second person for our party. Atesh is so close to become... He's actually 9 with this new train. Right in front of us, he became 9th level on Aspiring Adventurer. If he becomes... Oh yeah, he finished the thing and became an adventurer as we spoke. Nice. So this is a quite good timing because if we click on this right now while he is an adventurer and come to... Oh, this is a quest. I can also show you this. So this is a quest called Solid Foundation, and we are seeing this because look at this extra coast section. It says that it requires one of these, which is this, the quest stone that I told you about. The lore keeping rock is gone, and it's turned into this. So this will provide us to have inner quest that our own characters can get. There is also another option, which is lore keepers can craft quest boards, and if we build those quest boards, characters from other regions will come and give us quests instead of our inner quests. So Carnip is one example. He can come and give a quest to that board, which I will probably do. I'm not going to waste it on right now a Solid Foundation. So I'm going to make... I have 2 options with Atesh's class choices, Tactician and Hunter. Hunter requires 8 heart, and Tactician requires 8 mind, as you can see. And once I choose a class, I cannot go back. I cannot choose another class along the way. This character will have this class for the rest of his or her life, and will have to utilize its benefits, its feats, weapons. So, for example, Hunter says this character is master of bow, sword, fist weapon, leather armor, fast-paced ranged combat. Not only ranged, but bows can be quite utilized, obviously from ranged, and Tactician is defensive tactics, mace, cloth armor, strategy, and strategy on the combat field. So I'm gonna pick Hunter because he is quite high on heart. as soon as I do that, he's right now, and similar to an RPG character, an adventurer with the Hunter combat class. This progression, all this time, made us produce a Hunter character. So, right now, I'm gonna pick a second person, and with that second person, I'm gonna build a new party member. Let's see our choices. Apparently, we missed, but our characters some time ago actually welcomed a new character through here, and that character is probably Gwillem here, and he's not an adult, he's a child, or Kieran we already had. Okay, so my choices are a bit limited right now, because I want these characters to remain in the settlement and provide me with more of what they do, but I'm gonna have to break it, and I got enough amenity and enough bragging rights out of it for now, so I'm gonna choose that Caretaker will become the second member of this group, this party, and give all of these to him. Alright, so if I bind these, he's a fully boned character right now. With Atesh, they can raise some hell, and I'm gonna pick. So with children right now, instead of direct personalities, you are presented with. They are presented with traits, childhood traits that are linear in progression. So, for example, imaginative. One stack of imaginative gives creative. 2 stacks give creative and innovative. So that goes on like that. So since he is a waterborne character, I'm going to focus on the blue ones. Characters also start the game with aptitudes, by the way. An element and an aptitude. And aptitudes can also provide secondary bonuses on secondary stats. So I'm gonna pick imaginative to provide him with creative, maybe even more in the future. They can also pick these, by the way. They're not limited to wild pets, but these are useful for their progression when they become adults. So they won't get that personality immediately, but they will get those when they become adults at 16th age. So with Ashik, I'm gonna take Caretaker. This is quite good, especially for him, because he's soul-oriented. He thinks about the progression of the settlement of its character quite a lot, because unity and white color represents that idea. And I'm going to reinforce that with the Caretaker trait. So with Sue, oh my god, Sue is quite juicy with choices, especially with these. But I'm going to pick Haggler to show you guys about the merchant, how merchants and their wizards work, if we can survive that long. That is also an option to keep in mind. So we got the party. Let's go to party. So I'm gonna press R to draft these guys. I could also do it from here. And let's go. Right click to explore. I'm assuming I can handle that fox right now. So let's see. We have entered combat, both of these guys. All party members entered the combat immediately if one of the party members enters a combat. So I'm gonna... Oh my god, interrupted. Okay, so this... Good. Karaja got the aggro, and I can stone him. And I can actually kite and let... Ooh, interrupted! So... 3% interruption chance just procced, and Atesh just interrupted this fox. That made me happy. So I click. This is what is this Fanta doing here? Carnip's donkey. So I'm gonna show you another thing. It's that here, when we are not in the homeland region. Let's come here. Okay, so in Homeland, if we press R or this button, they will disband and start doing activities, right? But if we are out of the Homeland region, this will turn into... this tooltip is actually false, and it should say camping and end camp to be precise. And you can see that the icon is changed. And if I click on this, they will immediately craft a campfire and rest. Rest or be on guard. That is randomized. And these camping activities can be extended through characters' traits. Or maybe a tradition, a bragging right. That can also vary. So they are right now getting a trait called camping while they do this. And as soon as they start the camping process, each character in the party will spend 10 prosperity. And in 30 minutes, they will receive all these effects. Every 6 seconds restores 2 energy and removes 1 fatal from all stats. This is quite crucial, because while you're out there adventuring with all of those fatal traits, you will not be able to do those downtime activities to get rid of them. So camping is quite handy to get rid of them, but it's quite costly at the same time. So if you have high prosperity income, they can just go along and do camping activities. So if I wait for this to end and let it start again, they will spend 10 more prosperity each. And I'm not going to let that happen. And I'm going to press R or this button again to make them go into the drafted mode again. So let's go. Explore more. I can actually force engage these deers and attack them too. And I'm not going to do that yet. They can drop some good game meat, which I can cook and eat. We have the tradition open, by the way, which I will focus on domestication and domesticate nearby roosters and chicks to produce me some chicken. I'm sorry, egg. So let's go kill this fox again. These parts are quite filled with foxes. We got this. I'm gonna kite a little bit. Nice. Oh, okay, so this is another good example of a new loot. So, like our characters, other characters also have soul elements. So these foxes are earthborn, and when a character with a soul element dies or becomes unconscious, they have a little bit of chance to drop one of these essences. So because they are earthborn, they dropped a body essence. If they were fireborn, this would be heart essence. So we can loot this by right clicking, and what it does is it cures a fatal body, restores 20% endurance, missing endurance, and grants 5 prosperity for each character, so it applies to all party members. So we are not missing that much of an endurance, but we need the prosperity. So I'm gonna loot this. As you can see, it did all of those. I'm gonna loot this remain also. We can make some quite good bone armor and weapon. So let's go and continue exploring. Alright. So we got another remains. I'm gonna clear this part again. So I'm constantly changing game speeds. I can even pause and give orders like this. And if I click on space again, or this button, they will execute my orders. This is very, very similar to some CRPGs that you might have played. And so this is nice also. We got extra 5 game meat. When cooked, it'll be 5. So there is a destroyed food caravan here, which we will loot. So as you can see, my mouse cursor changed into something when I hover over this. So this means that I can right click and loot this, whatever this is, and it will provide me with some loot. Let's see. It gave me 40 industry, 25 prosperity, and an item called Worn Almanac of Hegemon. A collection of lore pieces by the renowned historian and archivist of the Western Reach. Lore keepers can take it from the entity possessions, build a stand for it through wide paths, and attempt to unravel this mysterious tome's secrets. So what I have to do is return back to settlement and send this item to my consumables, so that one of my lore keepers, and that is Ishik, can utilize that. We will see. So what I do is come to Homeland, disband, pause the game, send it to Entity Inventory along with these while I'm here. I press tab. So another quick tip, if you select a party member of a party and press tab, it will only go through the party members, not whole settlement. So that's quite useful while you're in combat too. So this is, you're not gonna do that. Oh my god. This is quite rare. Really? Look at what's gonna happen. This guy should be pretty pissed, in my opinion. Come on, buddy. Alright. That was nasty. Sorry, sorry, Mr. Carnip. Alright, so that happened because we don't have a privy yet, which we can build with a Tinker character through a mod larking spot. So with Yeshib, since she's a seed collector, we're gonna start producing some good, fast-growing crops. Every crop has a different growing speed, which can be experienced to learn, and obviously their yield of prosperity also changes. And all crops also have a chance to provide me with rare versions of their crops. So if I, for example, it also gives me that information here. If I grow some green apple trees, there's a rare chance to find a shiny green apple with each yield, which can be consumed to allow next generation to obtain green genetics on birth. So I will have to wait for it to grow up, and one of my characters will gather everything this crop has to offer, and at that time I will hopefully get a shiny green apple, and that will produce me with some new rewards and options. So okay, since Ashok is a lore keeper, I get a quest board reward, which will consume my quest zone, and I will be able to build this wherever I want, and Carnip or whoever else in the current map that I'm playing, will come and change this to a quest, which then my characters can take. So I also have Hegemon's Almanac stand option now that I have this on my possessions. This is quite good. So it says holds Worn Almanac of Hegemon. Lorekeepers of the settlement will come to read and increase its progress. Whoever reads the final pages will gain a permanent reward, and other lorekeepers can finish it again. This is quite good. I want this. And since I delivered everything that I wanted, and I don't have any... I'm actually waiting for this guy to grow up to be an adult, and I'm gonna make him the third member of my combat party. So we have another bragging right option. Oh, this is quite good. This is really good. I think I'm gonna pick this. Duality of Men. So this says purifiers. So that means Ashik right now can now convert a purifying essence and a condemning stick into 100 unity as a white path. So this is really good. We have a condemning stick, we have a purifying essence. So Ashik is getting quite a lot of options to choose from. I'm gonna pick this Duality of Men. So we have the Hegemon's Almanac stand. We're gonna get this built, I think, here next to the shrine, because my lore keeper will this is one example of an automatic replenishment of a construction's progress with spending of a consumable. This bonfire's progression stopped at 0 and there is no fire. So is the last remnants of using the last remnants of fire, kindling fire here. And Gwilym, as soon as that happened, Gwilym took one of my firewoods, which was the last one, and he's now trying to reburn the fire, and we'll see if yes, that was a success. All right, so Sue is building the Almanac stand, and we will see that. I'm assuming Ashik will, as soon as he's done with contemplating, he has a chance to go to this Almanac stand. He also has a chance to go to Shrine, so he will roll and pick one. This is good, so we can level up our imaginative. and get both innovative and creative for Gwilym when he becomes an adult. Okay, so let's get back to Atesh and Karaja. And right now we have to keep in mind that this is the Sun 20, year 20, in other words, and in year 40 the game ends. So we're halfway there, and we still are not that developed, I would say. So we will probably lose, but let's see. Let's keep our hopes high. And there is a fox here, and I can see that there is something beneath his circle, right, like this spiky thing. And this means that this is a special, rare, elite character, which we can tell by he's quite threatening, and that gives him 42 extra endurance. Normal foxes have 21. He's like an elite boss, mini boss thing, and we're not gonna mess with him. But you can also see that there is some loot here if we can manage to kill that fox. There's even a boots of striding that we can use as a trinket. It gives us plus 20 stride on default, and there's an lost Almanax loot. But I guess we're gonna. I mean, I can probably get him, but I'm gonna risk it. So we'll come here, and this is the entrance actually for the one of the faction leaders, Clomod or Keisha, here. And if I can be powerful enough that I think she can die, I can deal with her. I can come here with my party and just finish the game. But right now I think it's impossible with these two guys. So I'm gonna do some exploring. Oh, these scavengers. Shout out to my Gothic fans. These scavengers are quite deadly in damage, but they don't have much endurance. So kiting them actually can do something, but I wish they would attack my melee character. So this is quite the Looney Tunes situation. Hit him, nice. So I can actually turn back, but this is really, really hard. And we might actually end up leaving. So because I don't, if Atesh falls down, becomes unconscious, this guy will have to kill both of these. So that is good, not bad. One last hit. Good. So come here. One hit and this guy is down, and that was also almost it. This is good. I think yes. So I'm gonna hold here, and oh my god, you're a nasty bird. But I'm getting some nice. I'm exploding my own. All right. So this is acceptable. He's now unconscious and losing energies over time, as you can see. And if one of the stats reaches 0 through the fatal traits that he gets through depleting these energy bars, he will die eventually. But that will take quite a lot of time. And plus, as long as they stay as unconscious characters, they will receive permanent injury traits, which will have to be tended through some herbs and concoctions and all that. So we looted this chest, moss-covered chest, and it gave us a copper chain chest piece. It's a really good chest piece, but it requires at least 12 soul, which none of my party members have. So if I gave this to Ishik, he would get a lot of endurance and resistance over it. So there's a Shrine of Elmena here, which again I can right-click and load. And if I do, I guess I get something called Blessed by the Master of Stacks, which is a 6-minute buff that gives 2 body and 25 stride. So this was quite successful, but Atesh is really, really low. What I can do is camp here and replenish some of his endurance, or I could go back and let him replenish through downtime activities that I have available in my settlement. That will take some time, but this is a choice to make. So I'm gonna have to spend some prosperity. Oh, so we got ambushed by a spider from inside, and it broke our camping thing. But we'll be able to continue. As soon as the combat stops, when I'm ambushed in while doing a camp activity, the combat begins, and when the combat ends, my characters automatically go back to camping. But I broke that so that I can go to a place quite safe. I think. Oh, that is bad. Let's get here, maybe. This should be fine, or not. Maybe here. Okay, this is good. This is quite important for those who... So I think I spent a lot of unnecessary prosperity over this, but I don't want to go back. I want to keep going and explore this cave, Spider Cave. My tabletop RPG fellows can understand the crucial part of executing a successful short rest. That is quite hard. You have to find a good place and not get ambushed by anyone. So I'm gonna exploit the pathfinding of the game a little bit, like I do with almost every game I play. And okay, so nice. Not only I exploited that, I actually got his attention with Karaja. This is good. He's tanking. He can actually kite again. So he's getting a something called an affliction called poisoned, which drains all of the energies, and it's quite nasty. And it's intensified with this stack. So now that he has 5 stacks of it, he loses 5 energy every 2 seconds. So you can actually see that he gained a lot of fatal traits through that. So that'll be quite nasty. We'll get these remains. What I aim to do is get a spider egg and get out if I can, because I want to complete that quest Carnip gives. Alright, so here is a spider egg, but it's quite tricky to get this because I might attract these. So I'm gonna have... Okay, this is good. Oh, this is not good. So I'm gonna hold back. Oh yeah, we're retreating. There's no way I can get those. So okay, never mind. I'm not gonna try to get that spider egg. And we'll return to base. So we are out of prosperity, and that is not a good thing. So that will be a big problem for us, because we didn't grow enough crops in time, and now we're having a lot of hard time gaining prosperity, because crop yields provide prosperity when they're ripened, and we didn't even build this because we're noobs. Let's get these built. And another way to get prosperity is, because we have trap tables, we can actually trap and kill these nasty critters around and get some oh, we need a trapper for that. Yes. And this guy cannot be a trapper because his heart is too low, but we can also get a chicken coop and get prosperity through that. So all right. Ushik, we have Ushik, and with Ushik, let's see what we can do. Let's see. So we have the duality of men. If you remember, we gained this through our bragging rights. Duality of men allows us to spend, like look at here, spend 1 condemning stick and a purifying essence and turn them into 100 unity, which is quite useful. So with Sue, let's see what we can build. We can build another set of bone items. We can build a merchant zone because she's a haggler. She's quite handy. We can build one of these passion boosting equipments. We can make modlarking tools, which will let us build privies and water bowls, so that characters won't have to go all the way here to replenish their thirst. And I think I'm gonna yes, I will use merchant zone, so that hopefully we can attract merchants shop to come here and set up shop, actually. So I'm gonna put the excuse me. I'm gonna put the chicken coop here. So he's on that. Right now we have a small little camp, chilling camp. And okay, Yeshim. I cannot get any seeds because I don't have enough prosperity. So that's quite nasty, I think. And Yeshim instead can... Solid foundation. That's a nice quest. Let's get some road. Let's be civilized. And Gwilym is actually a grown-up now and has creative and innovative, as you can remember. We made him gain those to his childhood traits. And I think, if only I had 50 influence so that I could pick an aspiring adventurer. But he doesn't have to be an aspiring adventurer to fight. If he has a slingshot, for example, he can just come around and help us fight nasty, nasty creatures. So I will build my merchant zone right here, closer to my gathering tree, and I will build some roads. Let's give Sue some things to occupy it with. This will be beautiful when it ends, hopefully. So, alright. Ushik already made some progress with Egamon's Almanac stand, 2200. And it's just chilling, contemplating. And we're good right now. My combat guys are replenishing their fatal traits, getting rid of them. Oh, actually, this is an option. And I think I will take that, because this chess piece is really, really powerful. So I'm going to give this to Ushik. And I'm going to bind it automatically. As you can see, this is quite good. It's copper. This is the second tier of... Actually, first, because it starts from 0. And this is the first tier of chain chess pieces. And that slingshot I will give to Ushik. And go adventure with, I think, Ushik. As a new member of my only group. My only party. So, alright. We have completed 3 of our green apple trees. And I will give this to Ushik. Bind it. Let's see what courage it can take. I think I'll take... a targeting rock, actually. Because targeting rock characters can use to get rid of their fatal hearts while generating influence. So influence will need quite a lot in the following minutes. Oh my, who did these? I still don't have a private. Do I? That's a problem. Okay, so let's get the targeting rock over here. Sue has a lot of work to do. Where's Ushik? Here. Let's add him and let's go. Right now we can make some progress. I think we have a slightly better group. Let's go. Let's go get that egg. So, bonfires again, almost out of fire. And I'm gonna have to craft a... oh, we're under attack. So this notification immediately tells me that my party is under attack. And as soon as that happens, with a reflex, I double-click 1, because 1 is your... I think I didn't tell you this before. 1 is my party, first party's group leader, and if I double-click on it, the camera will focus on that character. Okay, so now that fox is out of the way, actually, I think we can kill this fox over here. So let's try, at least. This can be quite hard. Or not. Okay, this is good. charge. I can tank a little bit. I wish I had some aggro build. Okay, I didn't have to. Nice. So going as planned. This is some nice... Oh my god, steel staff of water. This is quite OP. But, oh, this is insane. This is almost like... So, okay, in Demoria, every character in the world has a very little chance to drop something random, completely random. And it can be OP or bad or a weapon or armor or anything. So we dropped a steel staff of water, which is quite useful, but we have 18 mine to equip it to someone. So I can only see Gwilym as my best choice to equip this, which he still needs 2 more. Let's see if he can get some new personality traits or experience. He's actually gonna level up 1 more time. Oh, this is Ushik, sorry. Alright. Where is Gwilym? Okay. Well, he's not that far either. So he's scavenging wood. He's doing some blue related activity about industry collecting, and that will grant him more experience. And in time, if like right now my main goal is to increase Gwilym's mine to 18. So that I think is my key to killing Keisha. I'm hoping, but we'll see. So we got this Bolts of Striding also, which requires 10 body. None of my characters have 10 body. Come on, guys. So that'll have to go to someone else. And the... Oh, another trinket. Scroll of Protection. Can we use it? Yes, we can. So I'm going to use this. So this gives a skill called Read Skill of Protection. Scroll of Protection, I'm sorry. So another detail is, you might have observed it, as long as I stay in the forest region, every minute my characters get something called Forest Biome Diseases, and this increases in stack. And with each stack, resistance and stride reduces by 1. So, well, let's try to finish our job. And I forgot to bind the Skull of Protection. Another detail, you cannot bind anything while you're in combat. You cannot loot items while you're in combat. You can loot some doodads, like those essences that we dropped earlier. Some doodads. Those are doodads, not loots. Items, I mean, sorry. So, this guy is dead. I'm gonna equip this to my slot. So, this is an out-of-combat skill also. So, most skills are not out-of-combat skills, and they cannot be used while out of combat. And this is an exception. And it can... You can read that can be casted while out of combat, and this says cannot be casted while out of combat. This skill is also like that, makeshift bandage. So right now I can click on this, and he casted the skill. It's on a 600-second cooldown, and all of my characters gain something, even the visual, plus 10 resistance. Resistance reduces incoming damages by this %, to be specific. So I'm gonna use that minute to engage and clear up some more. And we looted this spider egg, and you can see that we got this. We can just go and finish the quest, but we're not gonna stop there. And I'm gonna pause the game right now, just because I saw that this thing is calling for me. I'm gonna... Oh, Dawn is the new guy, I think. Oh, he's quite green. High in body. He can equip the Bolts of Striding, for example. So we still don't have the... Oh, we have, okay. So, chicken coop is built, and this, like these chicks and this rooster was hanging around undomesticated. And as soon as I do this, they get this. Domesticated. Attracted by civilization, generates 1 influence every 60 seconds. So these are quite handy. And chicks, hens, have this egg development trait, which says lays egg at max stack. They are now at 41, and this increases over time. And if it reaches 100, they will just lay an egg, like this one. And one of my characters go gather it. There is a passion called Animal Husband, and they only focus on collecting animal resources. So that, like, if you don't give passion traits to characters, you're gonna have to wait for them to pick a work time activity when they decide to get a new one, because they just roll for it. But giving them a passion trait ensures that they will always do that activity. So the damage is quite distributed quite good. Ooh, bug meat, nice. Bug meat, like meat types are, they focus on getting rid of special, like fatal traits. And for example, bug meat gets rid of black self fatal traits. So that's quite good when cooked, of course. So we got, oh, a leader's chest. This is nice. It has defensive formation and protection 2 as skills. And let's see who's the, I think Atesh needs this, or Karaja. Like he somehow gets hit quite a lot. Yeah, I will give this to Atesh, even though he's ranged. So let's equip this. And another detail, you cannot unequip equipped items. That is very important to keep in mind. So if I bind this will go away, just go to waste. So you'll have to consider twice on who to bind these items to. So as you can see, the old is gone, and he got a new a shiny leader's chest plate, and it has a skill called Defensive Formation. It's a combat skill and grants resistance to nearby allies, and a protection skill. This gives like resistance over time, just to Atesh. So let's try this new Defensive Formation skill. Hopefully it works. I didn't cast this. Oh, nice. So yeah, 35 resistance, 11 seconds left. Really good. This is a really good skill, especially for boss fights. We're good. If only I could get Gwilym to 18. Oh my god, he got reduced to 15. I think he had something. Oh no, okay. If I come here, I can see that because he's unhappy right now due to something. I'm assuming he slept on the floor or someone bullied him. Wrath characters can bully other people and make them unhappy. That's quite nasty. Okay, let's click on this. Oh, this is amazing. What a chance, man. Like, through Wild, we got innovative. We got Sage, and it gives precisely 2 mind. And this is here because this guy has creative and innovative. Because we invested on his childhood traits. This is all I need. So as soon as this unhappy is gone, I'm actually gonna just go to the base and wait for his unhappy to go away so that I can give him this. I'm not gonna risk dying or anything, getting ambushed. So yeah, we're quite OP right now, I would say. That was a good drop. With Dawn, I need another seed collector. I want to speed up the crop growing process, and I'm gonna actually sow some potatoes. Potatoes are like I said, all crops represent a. I don't know if I said this actually. I said this about meats, but all crops actually are focused on a certain color and the stud of that color. So bananas are blue fruits. What is Kieran doing with an open eye there? All right. Green apple trees are green. So if someone eats apples, they will get rid of bodies. If someone eats bananas, they will get rid of fatal minds. So we'll get this to entity inventory, and this we will give this to Carnip, and Boots of Striding we will give to. We still don't have anyone. Actually, Atesh can have, but he has to get rid of all of these fatal bodies first, which will take some time. But I'm gonna give this to who to give this. I'm gonna give this to Yashim so that he can walk around faster, even faster, while she's doing some work. Okay, so this is Gwillim's, and oh my god, let's bind this. Nice. This is nice. This is really nice. But as you can see, all of these skills require a lot of mind energy, and he has quite a lot of mind. So while he spams these skills to the best of his abilities, he will just deplete his energy and gain a lot of fatal traits. But that's okay. Right now I immediately will get him into the group. And I have a secret. So I want to do something. I want to get this Gwillim and travel here because there is an armor on the ground here, and I want to take it with Gwillim. Because I have one party only, and if I draft everyone in this party will just raise up. I don't want that. I only want Gwillim. So with a right click, I'm getting rid of everyone else in the party, and I'm left clicking draft, telling Gwillim to go. So when his job is done, I will add the other guys again. So this is quite this is our settlement is quite nasty. Okay, so this is a survivor's wreck like we built before. Danger at home? I think we're getting raided. Hopefully someone with a club. Okay, so pause the game. Disband by clicking R. And this guy. So I'm gonna show you another shortcut. If I click on Ishik and click Shift 1, he will be added to the first group because of 1. And let's... where are the other guys? Let's get Atesh. Get him. Where's the other guy? Well, yeah, he's here. Karaja. Sleeping. Like, give him a break, man. He came home after a long adventuring. Okay, let's see how OP this... Like, check this. This Ice Bolt level 4, it's for 10 damage and gives chilled. There's a Frost Scale AoE. This is an AoE. And Shardfall is also an AoE. Freezing Blast is single target. It applies a frozen trait if it can spend 8 stacks of chilled on the target. This is quite not that easy to manage all the time because you have to accumulate some chilled traits. So I think we're getting attacked because of those danger. Let's check this place. Not here. Where are the enemy? They're either here or I'm getting messed with. So that notification comes up because someone entered the soil of my home region, which is this green part. So if some enemy steps up... All right, this is the guy that was messing with me. So it's... Oh my god! It dropped an iron dagger. So this is one of the scorpions in this region. Just random scorpion. We're quite lucky. So, but I don't think we're gonna be able to equip this. It requires 15 self, and the closest guy is Karaja, and he's already full on. Actually, okay. So this might require a little bit of time, but what I have to do is. So if let's say that I want to equip this to Karaja, and I want to increase his self. Remember that condemning sticks can be consumed to increase self stat permanently. So if I crafted one with Karaja, because he's a condemner, and consumed that with him again, he would increase the self to 15 and be able to wield that dagger. But that would require me a two path choices. One to craft the stick and second to consume it. But I don't want to wait even though that's quite OP. So let's maybe he can get a random personality like Gwilym did. So I'm gonna hold on to it in the inventory so that I can equip it while I'm outside. Okay, so let's disband, give this to entity inventory, and let's go. Draft again. So we can choose another tradition. I'm gonna choose cooking. We're getting some drop crop yields. Dawn leveled up as a seed collector, and I'm gonna get some strawberry fields. Excuse me, let's go. Oh yeah, the quest. So let's right click on this, and Karaja will just, as you can see, this board has changed. And Carnip delivered 10 poached spider eggs into my entity inventory, along with a recipe to how to cook it. So it says that a cook with 10 self can consume this recipe and learn how to prepare a poached spider egg. So I need a cook who has 10 self to learn this. Right now it stays here. I have no rush. I don't even have a cook right now, so I don't have to worry. So poached spider eggs are really good to get rid of fatal selves. Okay, Ushik is about to explode. Like, let's... Okay. Yeshim got stuck by this damn crow here. Alright. Alright. Yeshim brought bananas. And we earned 36 prosperity. And it was one of these trees. So trees return back to 75 progression because they already grew up. But fields, like potatoes and strawberries, return to 0 progression, and they have to fill up again. Alright, let's go. I'm really counting on Gwilym on this adventure. He's quite OP. Even maybe I can kill Keisha, but I'm not so sure. I got some... If Ashik or Atesh can tank with aggro, I can get... Like, there are some guys who are here, I think. Let's see. There's a camp. What are you doing? What's going on? Malu. Okay, so this is another race, a sentient race called Lionel. And apparently they are from Kawazin tribe, which is a part of this guy's entity, Sandlord Jamal's. He's trying to do some praying or something, so we don't want to mess with them. They have some loot, by the way. Oh my god. Like, this guy's getting a lot of attraction. So, let's try this Freezing Blast. Yep, 18 damage. God, look at this aggro. I'm gonna have to protect this guy. So let's get back here and encamp. Before we encamp, let's pop Ushik's. Well, what can we do with Ushik? Alright. We can make a purifying essence, but we're not back home. This isn't bad, but I'm gonna pick this minor influence because I need influence right now. I can't even pick Aspiring Adventurer because we're outside, constantly in combat. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Aspiring Adventurer. So let's encamp and replenish Gwilym's missing health. He's really important for us. Let's get back, see what everyone's doing. Our crops are growing and being constructed by Sue. This is quite good. We should watch out for... Ooh, we're almost out of wood. So the trees are gone. We're gonna have to rely on stones for industry. We can grow trees with carpentry, which comes with a carpenter's workshop and a foresting hut, and a carpenter and a forester passion. So foresters can just sow grassland trees, and when they're grown, they can cut them with axes with even better equipment to gain even more industry. So I'm gonna make Yashim a cook, or Alright, I'm gonna make her a cook, and then craft the build the crafting station with someone else. Okay, let's get you guys back up. So we can either finish this cave, this dungeon. Let's see. Alright. There's some... Oh my god, we attracted you already? Okay. Let's see. This is... He's casting a very nasty skill, which would hurt quite a lot. This is gonna be hard. So, okay, let's put up defensive formation first. Before we go out. Let's stay here, guys, to receive the buff. Alright. As soon as we do, let's get another buff with Scroll of Protection, and let's put Frost Gale over here. So on top of that, let's get Shard Fall and put up a lot of damage output, AoE damage output. So let's spread out a little bit. We have to focus, pause the game. So the minions are already dead, and we're doing a lot of damage. So how many chilled so far? 2. So this is gonna take a little bit of time, but I think we got this. This stuff is really OP. With the help of Freezing Blast, this spider is dead. Nice. There's some nice loot here, and we'll take these spider eggs. We can use these to craft those poached spider eggs. So we got 3 items: Arachnid Armor, Venom Tongue Bow. We have 6 suns to finish the game, by the way, so we have to be quick. And right now, we cannot encamp because we don't have prosperity. So that will be hard. Oh, this is nice. Since we have smooth plane shrooms that we gained from the starting mushrooms when we started the game, these are rare mushrooms, so not every plane shrooms, to be specific, not every plane shroom that is collected grants these. So Golem can right now immediately eat these and reduce this by 1, and this will give him 3 stacks of 8 smooth plane shrooms condition trait. So it says that whenever this character gets a Fatal Mind, this will reduce by 1, and that Fatal Mind will be absorbed. This is really good because he's using a lot of mind energy and will get a lot of Fatal Hearts. So there's a really good armor, Arachnid Armor, that attacks, poisons attackers. And we're gonna have to pick someone melee, I think, for this. Karaja is really good. Yeah, nice. It even has some special things that if Karaja becomes poisoned, he even gets 30 power and haste. Haste increases action speed between casts, and power increases the damage output. So, that's good. Venom Tongue Bow requires 12 body. Do we have anyone with 12 body in our party? Nope, we don't. So this will have to wait. And this is the quest. So there's another reward here. This is quite cool. And if you loot this, we will see that, get back to Vista Point, we will take care of you. An orc called Baidzar with these traits just joined our settlement and is heading back to, like, literally just start working. And the cool part is we can just produce orcs right now. Literally. This Baidzar, the orc, will get path points like the others, and she can become pregnant. Ooh, Carnib setup shop. That's good. Okay, so let's get this guy too. You'll see. And this is a kobold, also joined our settlement. We can actually name these. The kobold has no name, as kobolds should do. We can name him, I don't know, let's name him Ali. Alright, so, or Veli. I'm gonna name Veli. We can just loot these for extra prosperity. Or Spider X I don't want to lose much time. Let's get this one maybe. Nice, 15. 10. We're making some quite good prosperity income. Alright, this is enough, I think. Let's get back. Finish the second quest of Carnip. So, Patsy in the town. I think she came through portal. She's new. She's green and blue in color. And she's gonna make a cooking station for us, so that Yashim can cook some good stuff with our bananas and our eggs, hopefully. Sorry. Oh, I don't have any eggs because I don't have an animal husband yet. Where are the chick? Okay. 79. So, where is the venom gland? Alright, Atesh has it. So Atesh finishes the Red Terror quest. And what it does is, it granted a lot of path points to all of my characters upon completion. That is the reward. That is a pretty good reward, and you will see why now. So, let's disband. Hopefully you will see, because this is a chance. So, what this is Carnip just transformed our merchant zone into his own shop. It's Carnip's Caravan of Curiosities, CCC. And he's offering goods through paths right now. So if I click on Gwilym, and so let's get these on the entity inventory first. Nice. Everyone's clean. Let's get this too. Karaja obviously didn't. Maybe he can in the future. We'll see. So let's pick a path. So this wild section has a chance to be presented with Carnip's goods right now for everyone. Everyone has a chance to see Carnip's goods, boughable goods, in the wild paths every time they choose one. But Karaja's choice didn't have them this time. But the neat part is our haggler, which is... Where is he? Okay. Sue is a haggler. And Sue can purchase from merchants every time through blue paths, the blue path tab. So if she looks at this tab, she will see every item that Carnip sells. So for Karaja, we cannot build a... Oh, we cannot build a... That's nasty, because we don't have any firewood. Okay, let's get you to build a firewood first. Pop it again. Let's see. Let's get you an aspiring adventure, even though we don't have any... We don't have much time. Literally, we really don't have much time right now. So we have to finish the game. Let's get you an aspiring adventure too. Let's get to Wishik. Also, let's get you some... We need some... Oh. So, Highlander's Helm. This is one of Carnip's goods that he sells for 200 industry. It requires 3 self level and 3 heart level. So this is not the actual stat itself, but the level of the stuff stat. So let's see if Karaja has this, because he's high on self. Level 3 self, level 3 heart. His self is level 6. You can see in the middle of the tooltip. And heart is 3. This is really good. If it works correctly, of course. I have some doubts right now. Alright. So, let's choose one for Gwilym. And I'm gonna pick actually Cynical for him. For an instant personality trait. We don't have much time, like I said. So for Atesh, if I come here, I will see a lot of options, because I think this is the first time we looked into his red paths after he became an hunter. Or maybe not. I'm not sure. Maybe we missed it for something else. So because he's a hunter, he can craft all of these. All of these. And he can even become a fisher right now. So So these two would be nice because they are instant combat feats, but we don't have enough influence. We have 6, and maybe we can craft light leather headpiece or a bow. Okay, let's get you a bow. You can even that quest gave us a lot of pad points, so this is quite useful. After the bow, let's get you a headpiece because your head slot is empty. Alrighty, everyone has things to do. Let's finish this year very quickly, and we'll just go rush towards the boss. Even though I'm not sure this will be built, but let's build it anyways. Alright, so you can see that Ushuk is doing his red path, and Gwilym is getting aspiring adventure, another red path. So he's constructing something. Ushuk is buying those, buying that helm, and that is in the entity inventory right now, which we can send to Karaja. And after choosing, yes, this is really good. Nice. Let's see. Nice. With the Arachnid armor, this is a really good combination. If only he had a good weapon. But still, if he had one more self, he would complete the circle with this iron dagger. But we don't have that much time, and it's even going faster than time. Guys, let's go. Come on. Let's finish those. Okay, so Carnip stopped providing services and left with a caravan mess, but someone would have to clean that up and return back to a merchant zone. Scrappo goes to, who's that going for? Atesh? Or, oh yeah, goes for Atesh. Let's get you to Atesh and equip it. Let's lose that slingshot. Let's wait for them to... Atesh is now crafting the helmet. As soon as it's done, we'll go. I'm fearful of not doing this in time. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Like, I'm panicking right now. Come on. We can do it. We can do it. I believe in you guys. Alright, let's see. Let's get you cooking those games. Oh my god, why are you so slow? Oh, you're not slow. You were just far away. Come on, 2 more years. Really? Am I gonna lose this? I don't want to lose this. Oh my god, that is a nasty pack with 2 bears. Oh. Okay, let's go. No time to lose. Good. We only attracted one of them. No time. Just blast it. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So let's focus a little bit to save some time. These have 60 seconds of cooldown, so I don't think they will be replenished. So let's get defensive formation, just to be ready for the boss. And I think this will be fine. Let's get you rapid aim, so you can hit faster with this 75% extra attack speed. Let's go, guys. I don't even care about the loot. We can even maybe rest. Just do a short rest, very quick. Okay, I think we can manage this. So we can see the boss. Let's get you guys sleeping while... Oh, this lady will not give birth to a stillborn children anymore. With a healthy womb. That's good. An animal husband. Atesh can become in front of the boss. Oh, this is good. This is good because we have enough influence right now. Thanks to our targeting rack. And we can get relentless for Atesh before the boss. This is an instant reward. And he will get 1 endurance back on every attack. This is really good. Especially with the rapid aim skill that the helmet provides. And let's get you eat this. Karaja can fatal body and self. This is also good. but that should be... Oh yeah, that can be created while in the... Okay, let's get you honest to boost your soul a bit. Let's get Caretaker for Dawn. And for Sue, let's get Prudent. And I think we're almost ready. As soon as this hits... Okay, let's go. I don't even care. Let's go. Hopefully. So let's just spread out a little bit. Hit that bow. Come closer. Use defensive formation. And let's get you doing a frost gale over here. After that, we're gonna have you do a shard fall. Get you closer. Use Scroll of Protection and Rapid Aim for you. Let's see. Alright. After the Rapid Aim, I want you to focus on the boss while he kites. And let's Freeze Blast the boss. Yeah, awesome. Just chill turn to Frozen. Oh my god. Amazing. So she's getting really less damage right now because of this spoon called Call of the Bear, which she summoned a bear called Halim, and Halim just boosted with a buff, but it'll be gone soon. Yes, it is. This is a quite good kite. Is there something else we can do right now? No. Let's just continue kiting and spam. I think we're gonna win this. Yeah. Another Freezing Blast. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. He summoned a second bear, but... Oh my god. 39th year. Almost over, and we are victorious. You have achieved your settlement's objective. Congratulations. With this victory, you concluded the path that we have prepared for you as our Steam Next demo. We hope you had fun. I did, and are excited to see the future of TFM just like us. Thank you for playing. See you in the future updates. Thank you for helping us make TFM a better game. So this was TFM's Demoria. I think I covered a lot of things, probably everything, in terms of UI and how the loop works. And this should help you a lot while adventuring in Demoria and beyond other regions, probably, because we didn't even explore other regions. This was just one region of out of 5 out there. So you could explore those on your own. I'm Ali from Gathering Tree. I'm the content designer of this game, and I hope you had fun watching this, and you will have fun playing it on your own, with your own adventures. And we will continue providing updates for the build and for the game in the future. So you can check out our Discord, wishlist the game if you liked it. Follow the game through our Steam page, and you can just come hang out in our Discord page. We have quite a lot of good people there, good channels, and you can report bugs directly to us. We usually hang out there and try to provide answers and get feedback from you guys, share some snippets from our development cycle. And yeah, just glad you watched. Wishlist TFM. Come join Discord, and have a good day.